Well, it doesn't get any better than this. Great to start a fresh new week out in the outdoors, taking it all in. And each and every year, we try to hook up with Ange from Adventure Attic in Dundas. Good to see you, buddy. Because we always like to plan like these, I don't know, outdoor winter camping adventures. But it depends on the year. And like every year we plan it and then Mother Nature doesn't cooperate when it comes to snow and all this type of stuff. But,
I feel so blessed this year that
right?
the amount of snow, if it's going to be cold out, it may as well snow so you can play in it.
Right, but for January we didn't have much, but then we've been blessed with a good amount right now. So hey, good to see you, and thanks for having us out, because we just like to go over kind of some tips and some things to do if you're thinking about doing some winter camping. I know like we're already kind of dreaming of spring a little bit, but like why not enjoy what we have right now?
Yeah.
Or even like look ahead to next year, right?
It's been going crazy for us.
Yeah, like at the store.
Our cross-country skis and snowshoes are going like crazy, insulated clothing. Even through with the lockdown, when we were doing curbside, we were still selling that type of equipment.
Well, because people they need to get outside.
They need to get outside.
They can't be hunkered down. But I think it's a good little tip, because if you're running out of skis and people are searching around, they can't find skis now.
Right.
Just goes to show it's good to get them so you have them when you want to be using them. And we'll talk more about some of the activities. But good little setup here as far as like setting starting a fire in the winter. Any little tips for anybody, like if you don't know how to do it?
You know, you want to cheat a little bit and bring some fire starter. Nothing's wrong with that. Winter camping isn't like summer camping, spring, fall camping. It's a bit of work. You know, it's not about winter and summer. Summer camping is about making a nice meal. You got great steak or hamburger, and then you spend time making your meal. But not when you're winter camping. Okay. You need to prepare your food in advance and make simple, easy meals.
What are these things?
Swedish fire logs, yeah. Easy to make. You get a log about that size, you split it in thirds or in quarters, you carve out the pointy parts of the wedges, you wrap a piece of wire around it, and then refill the inside of the log with the kindling that you've made. And you light it up and it'll stay lit for hours.
And then you got another one
Great.
over there.
You got a couple
you
going.
can just kind of spread them around a little bit, just to kind of...
We've had these going during parties at night, and we've had 3 or 4 set up around the patio.
That's awesome. You have your son Liam over there. He's making us
Liam.
making us some coffee. How you doing, Liam? Morning, buddy. Good to see you, man. As far as like, I don't know, I got this big heavy jacket on. Is this a little too much? Like, I guess it depends on the conditions.
Not really. Even cold conditions. Like during the day, you're going to be playing and working.
Right.
Working really, just shoveling out your site, making your fire, preparing your meal. So you're not going to have that on. But once nightfall hits, you know, it gets dark at 5. There's nothing to do but sit around the fire, talk, and you're going to have that coat on, and you're going to be looking at the fire this way, turning around, warming your backside up. And I'm the type of guy, if I go to bed at 8 p.m., I'll be up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
You're up early, so
that's
nice
not
and
what you
cold,
want.
too. I got some wool. Wool's good fabric to be wearing.
Wool's the greatest.
Right.
That's it's a natural fabric. It won't retain odor. If it gets wet, it still keeps you warm. It dries quickly. All sorts of benefits to wool.
Any fabric that you got in layering there?
This is synthetic now, so this is a light mid layer. So I would at night probably have something on over top of this to block the wind and even have make it a little bit warmer.
Okay. We got a good morning plan, because we got some shelter back there. We'll get you set up kind of what the proper shelter, because you just don't want to be using your summer tent in the winter. We'll get to that. We'll have a coffee with our barista over there, Liam, who's preparing it for us, and we'll talk some of the activities.
Great.
And enjoy the last of the winter season with Ange from Adventure Attic in Dundas on Morning Live. I tell you, this is the life. Getting some fresh air, the great outdoors. Got handed a delicious coffee, getting the wood chopped for us, open fire, back with Ange from Adventure Attic in Dundas. How long you been in Dundas for, Ange?
Been in business since 1987.
87.
In Dundas since 2006.
Good for you.
Yeah, we've been around quite a while, and it's been great. You know, our customers are amazing, interesting people, travelers, hikers, campers, and most of the times they're more educated than I am on what they want. So.
But were you always an outdoors guy, like growing up?
Yeah.
Right.
I started late, probably. I didn't do it with my family. I probably started in my late teens, getting out on my own and with my friends.
But like Liam, your son Liam is really.
Oh,
into
he's
it,
way
isn't
ahead of me. He did.
Right?
He's done a lot more than I have in his time. Yeah.
Let's talk about shelter a little bit.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You got a couple examples here, because you do need a different tent in the winter than, let's say, any other time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. You need a tent, and the biggest difference about a tent, a misconception out there is that a tent is warmer, but your tent is no warmer than any other summer tent. What it does do is it has an ability to withstand a load of snow. So the way it's built is a lot stronger. It has to withstand higher winds and a snow load.
So if you're interested in doing some, let's say, winter camping, is it a 4-season tent?
That's right.
That is fine in the summer and the winter.
No, a 4-season tent is going to be heavier
Okay.
and hotter in the summer because there's no ventilation in a 4-season tent. So you don't need to carry that much weight. You need a separate tent. You want to be able to set it up quickly as well. But more importantly, we talk about keeping warm. Your sleeping bag is what keeps you warm in your tent. You need a minus 20 to minus 30 degree bag, but most importantly is a good sleeping pad underneath. If you don't have that sleeping pad, the cold ground is going to absorb your body heat and just transfer it into the ground, and your sleeping bag will be useless. So that is your go-between, and your bag is what's going to keep you warm. This is a synthetic bag. If it gets wet, it'll still keep you warm. It's a lot less expensive than a down bag.
Yeah.
However, it's a lot bigger.
Is there any way that you can keep that sleeping bag warm while you're actually in it?
So a good thing to do is boil some water, put it in an Nalgene bottle, and then bring that Nalgene bottle inside the tent with the sleeping bag with you, and that'll stay warm all night and help keep you warmer as well. You can keep that in your hands or between your legs, and you're going to be set.
Or just get that special somebody to
there you go.
Snuggle up beside, right?
You can get two bags that zip together.
Oh, okay. There you go. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll get into kind of prepping for food. Because as you said before, you need to plan a little bit more when you're doing some outdoor winter camping this time of the year, and boiling water and having some grub and brewing up a fresh coffee, which I need. We'll do that when we come back with Ange and Liam from Adventure Attic on Morning Live. Oh yeah, coffee's on. Morning everybody. Hope you're doing good. Hot cup of Joe. Never mind what else is in here. None of your business. We're winter camping with Ange from Adventure Attic. We're having a good time. He's doing all the work. We're just kind of standing back.
You got to keep your company fed and happy.
Right on. Well, let's talk about feeding and how you keep things hot.
Cooking, yeah.
Okay, so this is a bit of a tank, right? That you're cooking the coffee on.
Coleman Stove, great stove. I love using this stove. You can get it going to a roaring hot flame, or simmer it so you can keep things warm while you're having other parts of your meal, but it is heavy. Right. And you don't want to be packing that with you, whether you're summer camping, canoeing, or winter camping, especially winter camping.
Okay. Some other options?
This is a kid stove, locally made in Oakville. It folds flat, that completely comes apart and goes into a little bag, and you just use twigs and debris that you find. Probably better suited for summer, spring camping, right. But still a great idea.
You put the pot just right on top of that there?
Yeah, comes. You put grates across it, and you put your pot or frying pan on top of it.
What do you got boiling there?
So now, this is a Whisper Light stove made by Mountain Safety Research. It's a bit more finicky to use.
Right.
We got some boiling water here, and we're going to use that for cooking our meals. But this is one of the lightest stoves. It folds in the palm of your hand almost. It is finicky to light though, right? You need to know what you're doing. Right. It's not something that you can just light a match to.
For a beginner, it's not ideal.
Probably not. The fuel runs through this little pipe there. It's liquid. You have to prime it to turn it into a vapor. Okay. Then it continues on and turns into. So it's a little bit fiddly.
You know what a better idea is? Why don't you just use the campfire?
Well, there you go. It does take a bit longer, but campfire is a great thing to cook on. It's a lot more difficult to boil water. It takes a lot more time and energy. Okay. But when you're camping in the summer, it's part of the whole thing about making a great meal, and you can bring a lot more food. But
coffee's hot.
in the winter, you need to prepare your food. You need to prepare it at home. we've got grilled cheese sandwiches and French toast here, already made. Put them on the fire, warm them up, and you throw them right in the fire. You don't need that grill. I just set that grill up.
Oh, you could actually
just throw them right in the fire.
Right on top there.
And that'll warm them up, yeah.
And you say you've already cooked those.
These are already cooked.
You're just warming those up.
Just warming those up, and
Amazing.
when you open them, they're ready to eat.
What do we have? Oh, I forgot over here. Because at the store, you guys sell a lot of prepackaged food, eh?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So that's something, Happy Yak is a Quebec brand.
Right.
We've been dealing with them all summer long, and it's boiled in the bag. You
just throw the water right in there.
Water, let it sit for 10 minutes in the bag, and it's ready to eat. They've got all sorts of different types of meals and
Cool.
flavors.
Okay.
But this is some of the easiest.
Yeah, some of the easy stuff. Just some other ideas for you. We got our coffee. We got our eats. Let's do some activities. I know cross country skiing is super popular, and you're actually out of skis. That's why you kind of need to plan ahead of time. And we'll have a few other options for you. Come back with Ann from Adventure Attic in Dundas. Morning live. Ooh, French toast.
Some French toast.
Nice. Got any maple syrup?
Yeah, at home.
Let's go up to the house. See the doors. It's getting cold out here. It's been an awesome morning out here enjoying the great winter outdoors. I said earlier that you want to be bringing along somebody special to keep you warm. Like Floyd. Look at this. This is Ange's dog, Floyd. How are you, buddy? Hi. How old's Floyd, Ange?
Floyd is 3.5.
3.5.
He's a Bernese crossed with a poodle.
Oh, he's
Bernese
awesome.
mountain dog.
Right.
And yeah, he's got his pulling harness right now. We go ski journeying in the winter with him. He pulls me along on the skis. He's still not efficient at it, but we have fun.
Right. That's it, boy. Huh? Well, let's look into some activities because that's been so popular. I know at the store Adventure Attic in Dundas. Like we were there. We came to see you before Christmas, and you were already sold out.
We were 75% sold out then, and now we are sold out, and we can't even get any more from our suppliers. They're sold out.
Is that
Fisher,
just the COVID push, you think? Or?
In part, and this great winter we've had. You know,
Yeah.
again, we mentioned earlier, if it's going to be cold and snowy out, you may as well play in it. And as long as you're dressed appropriately, it's no problem at all.
I think that just goes to show that you need to be thinking ahead of time, right?
Thinking ahead of time for that.
Stuff, right? But some other options. Do you have snowshoes?
Snowshoeing, yeah, we have snowshoes still. Faber is made in Loretteville, Quebec.
Yeah.
If you call them on the phone to place an order, Guy Faber, the grandson, will answer the phone and take your order. He runs the company now. We also rent snowshoes.
How's that going?
So that's going well there.
Yeah.
Last weekend we were sold out. This weekend is on the way again.
Liam, can you grab those other snowshoes that your dad has there? What are those ones you got, Dan?
Oh, well, those are the original Faber snowshoes. Wood ash with rawhide. So they look great.
Is that for a beginner though, or is that a little bit more advanced?
It's not a matter of being advanced or beginner. It's a matter of they need a lot more maintenance. More surface area so we get better flotation, but they're also bigger and more cumbersome to walk on. And again, you need to varnish them every year or so.
Our boy Adam Atkinson had a story that, because Tiffany Falls has been frozen over, right, which is super rare. So some ice gripper, so there's some ice ice climbing hacks.
Yeah.
No, what are they called? No, not hacks, like the
axes.
Axes,
yeah.
Right? But it's pretty rare. But like you just have some ice grippers even there too.
Well, for most of us, we're not going to be ice climbers, but hiking on the trails can be almost as treacherous. So ice grippers, those are Hill Sound free steps, easy to go on, and they're one of the more aggressive ice grippers that you can get without being too cumbersome to walk on. They'll get right through there. And poles for snowshoeing, they help, especially if you're a little bit older, they'll help you keep your balance. And these aren't just regular poles, they have an extra large basket on the bottom, so that'll support you in the snow.
How's it been going? Like you're a good local shop in there been in business for 34 years?
Yeah,
34
well, it's amazing. Our Dundas community and the community abroad seems to really be going out of their way to support us. And not just me, but the entire Dundas community. And we've talked about this. The merchants have talked about how amazing they've been, and we all appreciate it.
Awesome. Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Good
Nice having you here.
Good seeing
Luke, you too, Luke.
Good seeing you, Liam. Thanks for setting it up. Setting it all up. Floyd, want to go for a walk? Huh?
Come on, Floyd.
This way. Come on, Floyd. Come on.